Kia ora te whānau. Welcome to the Mission Plan Focus.
This quarter, we'd like to introduce you to Jono Bell, who, seeing the housing crisis, has taken a lead in expanding our work in emergency housing.
Setting up 180 new houses is no small thing. It's required a lot of our services to do mission together.
Now it's our chance, as Salvationists, to live like Jesus and connect with the people we're helping.
New Zealand is in a housing crisis, with 1 out of every 100 people not having a proper home. That's more than 40,000 people living on the street, in cars, in motels, or in temporary accommodations such as a garage. The story is told of William Booth, our founder, who, having been troubled by seeing a number of homeless men living under a bridge, asked his son Bramwell whether he knew anything of this. When Bramwell replied that he had, William Booth told him to go and do something, and so the Salvation Army started providing accommodation. Within a year of the Salvation Army starting in New Zealand, we were providing accommodation for people coming out of prison and had rescue homes for women in Dunedin and in Wellington, and we've been providing a wide range of support ever since. What would William Booth say about our current housing crisis? Probably to go and do something more. So we are.
I got involved with emergency housing. Firstly, I've been a community youth worker in the Salvation Army for 10 years in Auckland, and I saw firsthand the terrible effects of homelessness on our families. I really wanted to do something about that. When Ministry of Social Development came to the Salvation Army last year and said, what could you do? I just jumped at it. We go and find properties that we rent. Then we put families in there for a period of about 12 weeks, and we were able to provide holistic support and care for these families, and then transition them into long-term or permanent housing solutions. This year, we have already moved 500 people through into permanent long-term housing. This opportunity we've now got is to expand an additional 200 places across the nation, from 4 centres, 4 cities, to now 22 different locations throughout the country. There's so many stories of transformation already through this emergency housing service. A couple were living in a garage. They were having to use the bushes and the hose outside and cooking on a gas hob. The woman was pregnant, and we were able to transition them very quickly into a home, provided a wraparound support, a real detailed case plan, and they're now in permanent housing. The woman is about to give birth, and the gentleman is already working very closely with an employment agency and starting to get some income through, all through getting the stability of a warm, dry home. So as members of the Salvation Army, as core, we can get involved if there's an existing emergency housing service in your area to engage with the people. We can provide the house, but we need people to wrap around and provide that support. And it could be real practical ways of doing some baking or mowing the lawns or putting on a community barbecue. But also we need to engage with this housing crisis. And so my request is that people pray about what their response should be. And we're coming to an election year, and so engaging with the policies of parties and voting accordingly, but also if we're landlords or we've got resources to be able to look at what's the best way of supporting people that are homeless in our community, providing affordable rent for tenants, it may be rent to buy schemes, or even opening our homes if possible. So my vision for emergency housing within the Salvation Army is that everybody's in safe, warm and affordable housing. But I also know that this is a great opportunity to build relationship with people, intentionally providing holistic support, and through that relationship we're bound to see people come into a relationship with God.